Hey everybody, welcome to my Eurovision 2021 React review video. So today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reviewing Finland.
I don't know if I do really like this song. A bit at the beginning, yes, obviously cheesy, but it does give context to the song. That is so much more better because so much more better? Is that English? So much better.
The moment, right? And actually sometimes songs at Eurovision are saved in that last minute. How am I going to kind of do a kind of top 10 predicting who's going to get out of semi-final one? It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. So, Finland this year are bringing us a rock band, giving us some rock flavour with Blind Channel and their song The Dark Side, which successfully won the Finnish national final this year. So Finland, like other countries like Denmark, like Sweden, like Estonia, like Albania, who are songs that have very successful national finals and lots of people tune in to watch them, kind of said very quickly with their 2020 entry, Axel, look, at the end of the day, it's a big show. We can't just give you the ticket like other countries have done, like Iceland, like Malta, like the UK, like Ireland, who have just said to their 2020 entry, do you know what? Come back next year. Eurovision got cancelled. That sucks for you. Now, Axel's song last year, looking back, was okay. I didn't download it. I didn't listen to it a lot. When it would come on, when I would be watching all the songs with friends and family and kind of preview kind of evenings that I had in lockdown in India, when it came on, I was like, oh, it's okay. But then I never kind of listened to it voluntarily, sought it out. But also, I mean, last year in the Finnish national final, we had Erika Vikman's Sicilina Cicalina. Anyway, I don't know. I can't pronounce that song. I haven't listened to that song for ages, but I did download that song. I was in love with it. It came second behind Axel, and I was mourning Erika for a little bit. The fact that she didn't get the ticket last year. She came second to Axel. So this year in the Finnish national final, now I remember listening to snippets of the songs before the final itself, and I remember Teflon Brothers' Ex Pandora, I Love You, was the one that stood out for me. I do remember specifically the Blind Channel Dark Side in that snippet because it was very rocky. And then when I saw that they won, I did check the results and it was unanimous. It was well over 500 points to 500 points they won, and then second was Teflon Brothers Ex Pandora I Love You, which was second. It had like 180 or something like that. It was overwhelmingly, it overwhelmingly won. So I think a bit of a disclaimer. So I've already reviewed and reacted to Italy's. I am in Italy, so felt the need to do that. That was one of my first ones. And I did disclaim in that video that I'm not a natural rock ally. I don't tend to listen to songs that are within this genre. I mean, rock, again, I'm probably going to start saying bands in Eurovision that have been in Eurovision, and I'm calling them rock bands, and people will probably call me out and say they're not rock. But I think they are. But in the past, rock songs that stick out in my mind that were okay. I remember for Cyprus, -1, Alter Ego. But again, that was a rock band that was basically given a song by a Swedish songwriter. So it was a pop song basically performed by a rock band. And they didn't write that song, I don't think. Manga from Turkey, We Could Be the Same, came second that year. So rock songs can do well. Well, Lordy Hallelujah, but I think there's lots of reasons why people picked up the phone and voted for that one. I did like that song. And then I think the most recent I can think of is AWS from Hungary. I think they placed 20-something, so they got into the final. That was okay. I remember being pleasantly surprised because I'm not a natural rock ally. I remember when I was watching the final being like, that was okay. That was okay for someone who doesn't generally like rock. Now, weirdly enough, I do know something about this band. Only because I really do like Anastasia. And before even being aware that they were part of the national final in Finland, I had listened to a version that they had done of Left Outside, one of Anastasia's most commercially successful songs. I remember thinking it was quite good, but then it's a bit like Alter Ego from Cyprus. It's a pop song performed by a rock band, but I did like their version of it. So, you know, I'm going to react review to this song, disclaiming that I don't tend to listen to this sound. So, yes. So let's have a look then. Let's have a look. So I think we're getting the live performance, which is good, because I didn't know if I was going to see a music video or... I am the era of Linkin Park, and that was a very Linkin Park feeling opening. I remember Left Outside, their version of that, being more like shouty in the sense that my reference to rock is limited. Should I say like Rage Against the Machine or something like that, more rocky. This seems a bit more toned down, but I don't know, they might start shouting soon. But that intro seemed to be more Linkin Park than Slipknot. You know, I said Manga earlier from Turkey, and that was the one where I was like, people are going to comment and say they're not rock. They just had this sound then, this there was a particular sound snippet in that production that reminds me of Manga's song. So far, like I said, this seems to be a bit more toned down, so for more accessible to someone like me. So far, it's actually okay, and there are different elements to this production that I find it's not just like I know that's an awful expression that I just did, but there is something that I'm currently following. I'm on this train and I'm on the track, and I haven't come off of it yet. I like this. Ooh, ooh. This is what I'm saying about, oh goodness me, toned down. So it's not heavy rock. This song is not heavy rock in my opinion. I'll go as far to say that I'm enjoying this. So I've listened to a few songs back to back so far from this semi, and this is one of the better ones, and I don't even particularly like rock. I know this is in the second half of Semi 2, right? And I know a lot of people are putting this in there to definitely qualify, and I know it's like in the top 10 or something like that in the betting odds, so there's a lot of support behind this song, and I can see why. I didn't really know why, because I just ruled it out, because I just assumed it was heavy rock, but it's not heavy rock at all. It's the production has been quite clever. There are certain elements of this song that you can follow, and yeah, for me, who doesn't listen to this genre, it's giving me Manga vibes, and they came second, so. Yeah, so when I said I'm not a rock ally, when I was growing up and a lot of my friends were into rock music and they would have the rock band hoodies and I did not, I remember they would be playing songs in around me, and like every kind of fifth or sixth song I quite liked because there was something catchy to it. And I'm saying that because I'm getting the same vibe with this song. There is something catchy to it. And I know people will continue to and have done compare this to Italy because they are both rock songs. I really quite liked Italy, surprisingly, but I was very interested in the band, Maneskin. Like, after that, I went away and researched them. I went and found their live performance at San Remo. I find them interesting, their image interesting. Yeah. I'm not having the same vibe with Blind Channel. I don't feel the need to go away and find out more about them. Yeah, this song is catchy. This is what I was saying to you earlier about it's not just screaming and hitting instruments. That's not my definition of rock. I do respect the sound of rock and the genre. I just don't listen to it. Like the fact that they're even slowing it down now. I mean, I'm sure some rock fans would be offended if I say this is Eurovision friendly. This is Eurovision friendly, and now I can see why there is a lot of support behind this song inside Finland and outside of Finland. I like that. Ooh, ooh. It's that turntable scratching which was in Mangas from Turkey that year. Yeah, that has really surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so admittedly from this video, it is clear that I am not naturally a listener of rock or this genre, but this sound of this song is familiar to me. It reminds me of growing up. It reminds me of particularly bands like Linkin Park. Now, Linkin Park for me wasn't a band that was within the kind of rock bands that had a more kind of a smaller market, like things like Rage Against the Machine, Slipknot, and I've said those bands already, but they're the only ones I can remember. Linkin Park had more of a mass appeal, and in regards to kind of record sales, were far more successful as I was growing up. So with that said, and I've already kind of alluded to the fact that I had heard their version of Left Outside Alone, which for me was rock. This isn't that. This is a kind of, it has more of a commercial feel and therefore will have a wider appeal to a larger group of voters. So for that reason, like, I totally get why this is kind of top 12, I think, in the betting. And also why people are basically saying it's definitely going to qualify. I can't see this not qualifying. It's going to stand out. It's right at the end of semi-final 2, so people are going to remember it. That performance there, like, I don't, like I've said, I don't tend to listen to this sound, but like, I enjoyed watching that, and there's enough of a hook there for me to kind of go with the song. So basically, I think this is going to do quite well. The only thing, my only reservation is it's very difficult to not make a comparison between this and Italy. And obviously, Italy are already in the final. I think this will qualify. So it's the job of the producers to make sure that obviously in the order they are far enough apart. They are giving different sounds, even though people are comparing the two rock bands, they are giving different sounds. For me, Italy sounds more modern, more fresh, more unique, alongside their image as well, whereby with this song, I feel I've heard it before, but I mean, I haven't sat down and studied the demographics, particularly age demographics of those watching Eurovision and phoning up. But this sound, with a real younger generation, maybe it is a newer sound, but I don't know if that's the generation that are going to pick up the phone and vote. For me, I think Italy is better, and I don't know if that would then have a negative impact when this gets into the final, and whether it inhibits its chances of getting on the left-hand side of the board, because there is a lot of support for Italy. A lot of people I'm now kind of reading going online are behind that song in one shape or form. And look, I think we would be naive if we didn't compare them. And I do think Italy's success will be detrimental in regards to the leaderboard to Finland. But in summary, I think Finland's going to qualify. I think this is going to stand out in semi-final 2. I think it's going to do well in semi-final 2 in regards to its placement, in regards to its qualification. I think it'll be top 5 in semi-final 2. And then, yeah, the final. I just think Italy is going to take the shine off this slightly. I think Italy, for me, feels more modern, feels more fresh, feels more unique. It intrigues me more. And I can't see a scenario where Italy's success doesn't have a negative impact on Finland. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Please do comment below. Please do also support my channel. Please do subscribe so you can follow my Eurovision 2021 journey. I think I've only got about 2 songs left to review, and then obviously my job is then to process all of this information and then obviously try and work out kind of top 10s in each semi-finals and generally the ones that I like, my biggest growers, etc, etc. So, until next time, stay safe.
I don't know if I do really like this song. A bit at the beginning, yes, obviously cheesy, but it does give context to the song. That is so much more better because so much more better? Is that English? So much better.
The moment, all right, and actually sometimes songs at Eurovision are saved in that last minute. How am I gonna kind of do a kind of top 10 predicting who's gonna get out of semi-final 1? It's gonna be an absolute bloodbath.